The Tomb Crappers are the bigger.
All right, initiative.
Shit! I immediately tomb crap.
Tomb Crapper.
Ooh, hey!
Anybody over 20?
No.
I'm 36.
I hate you. 15 to 20?
18.
18 for Una.
Ooh.
10 to 15.
18.
18.
13.
13. 5 to 10.
7.
7. All
That is a
right.
shameful number.
Highly shameful.
But it's still way better than...
The Dirty Deuce.
2.
Yeah.
What the fuck did you roll?
I crit failed.
She hasn't
Well,
been practicing in weeks.
You're not alone.
I did 1. Here, let me get the alcohol out of the way. Oh shit.
Careful, careful,
We're
careful.
good, we're good.
Um,
Gotta protect the
yeah,
moves.
Valin, who was sort of distracted by the fact that the Mythalar is now one force field away from her grasp, is probably the last to turn around and assess the danger.
She may not get the chance.
We're going to do this theater of the mind. Basically, the Mythalar is behind a force field at your back. The Tomb Tapper is in between, like, these toppled buildings that you've seen in front of you with his big sledgehammer and his big gaping belly mouth. And, city streets and alleyways grid either side of you if on your left or right. The Tomb Tapper, we'll say, is probably 30 feet away from you at this point. Una, you are up.
I am going to move 30 feet backwards.
Okay. You can skirt around the edge of the Mythalar. It's sort of a dome shape at your back.
Oh, the Mythalar's at our back.
At
I
your
thought
back.
we were walking towards the Mythalar.
It's pictured on there.
Yeah, you were. You were right up at the base of the Mythalar force field and inspecting it when this guy sort of snuck up from behind you out of the alleyways.
So they are sneaky.
Yeah.
They are somewhat sneaky. And,
When they're not tapping.
yeah, you can hear them tapping from a long way away, but they don't have, they have these big gaping toothy mouths, but no vocal cords. So they can't scream or yell.
I
They can just
remember from
gnash.
the recording you said something about communicating by skin vibrations.
Yeah.
Skin.
Gross.
Same.
Yeah, that's how most of us communicate.
Quick,
these
everybody, twerk!
Here, our skin just ripples at
days.
each
Una,
other.
do a booty quake.
Cower at the clap of my cheeks.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to scoot 30 feet back / around. And fuck me.
They might.
How big is this thing, by the way?
Large.
Looks nice
15
large.
feet, you said?
Big McLarge huge.
It's a huge construct.
Oh,
Oh, that's a big lad.
great.
15 to 21 feet tall. It's giant sized.
Represented by the big hunk of onyx.
Tomb tap smash.
All right. All right, and then I'm just going to use Eldritch Blast on it.
Yes.
Correct.
Whoa!
Hey!
Starting out strong.
All right.
Yeah.
Sexy.
So
Result the crit first.
Okay. Sorry.
2d10.
It's 2d10. Thank you. I just used this 100 times last week. I don't know why I can't remember.
Because the crit robbed you of your senses. You were so excited.
Because that's your first coffee and it's not finished yet. Ooh, spicy crit.
13 points of damage on
Got
the crit. And
Okay.
then...
Do they have magic resist?
No.
That only
Ooh, I
applies to
like
saves
that.
anyway.
I do like that.
I wasn't sure because tomb tappers are designed to kill magic things.
Yeah, that's a valid question.
Fun.
They're also created by wizards who probably wanted the ability to destroy them if they needed to.
Alright, so the 10 is also an 18.
The 18 will hit. 2 damage.
And that's another 5 points.
All right. 18 points of damage for Una. You moved. Anything else?
Nope.
Sai and Goatless Koos are on deck.
Oh, that hurts my feelings.
I'm gonna chill touch, which probably fails with a 12.
12 will not hit, no.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I'm going to scoot as far away as possible.
You leave a nice brown trail on the carpet.
A nice brown smear, like
Yeah,
Mab.
like Mab. Thanks, Mab.
Koos, it is your turn, then Zeppelin is on deck.
All right, we all know what I'm here for. I walk in between it and the party, and I go full defense, shield, and spoon.
It's your favorite move, and I love it. I did it too, and it's great.
You know what? Everyone told me I'd get bored of it, and I keep doing it.
It's still great. It's awesome to watch people not hit you. Zeppelin, it is your turn, then the Monstar is on
Yes.
deck.
Is Valen joining the battle, by the way?
Yes, but she's at the end of the initiative order.
She's the barrel.
Cool. Can we get to this thing in one turn and to attack?
What's that?
Can we get to this thing in this turn to attack?
It's 30 feet away, so you can, if you move your movement, you'll be
Sweet.
there.
Shield Guardian, go forth and socket. Right in the socket.
Socket, pocket, lock it.
14?
Pop
No.
and lock it.
Okay, 20.
Yes.
Cool. The 20 will hit for 11 bludgeoning damage.
11 bludgeoning. Is that magic? I believe we established it was.
Established it's technically not. It's a
Not?
magical
Okay.
creature using its magical fist, but it's not a weapon that is magical. So
It is not resistant to non-magical damage, so it takes the full 11.
okay. Zeb will move in 30 feet and attack.
Rar.
Charge.
I don't think there's any stealthing from this thing. So yeah, 26 to hit.
26 will hit. Do damage.
Probably does it. The music. Lillelure for sure.
There you go. Wrong goddess. Loth is mad.
Yeah, usually. She's just an uptight bitch in general.
Congratulations on your promotion to Drider.
Oh, amazing. Alright, so. I feel like I'm playing Warhammer with all these d6s. 8, 14, 16, 21, plus 5 is 26 magical
26
damage.
points of magical damage.
Yep. And Mikati, do you think you'll be using any attack roll things?
Probably.
Cool, mastermind.
Thank
Get
you.
advantage.
Yes.
And I will stand my ground. Because I got my shield buddy with me, it's fine.
All right. That's it for Zev.
You better get that tomb tapped, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Tomb Tap, you guys are all, you moved up, so you're all within base to base, I assume, of the Tomb Tapper, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Me, I'm back.
And then AoE, and we're all dead.
Probably.
No, a visible ripple goes over its skin as it detects
fuck.
everything around it, observing with its eyeless face, and it rears back with this massive sledgehammer that it carries, and it hurls it straight at Valen.
Whoa!
Not the wizard!
Oh!
An 18 to hit.
Oh,
This is
goodbye,
what-
wizards.
18 on the die to hit. That's probably a lot.
Yeah. Let's see. So it does. Yikes.
It does yikes.
It does
Correct.
27 damage to Valen.
Oh!
Who gets clobbered by this massive hammer, as whatever it detected in the air around it led it to identify her as the biggest threat.
The most magic.
Oh, yeah.
The magic.
And then you're still standing in front of it, Koos. It's got a multi-attack, so now with its empty hand, it's going to claw you.
With disadvantage.
Ah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's
It did me
25
no good.
It did you no good, Batman.
I guess I'll get fucked, idiot.
You take... I'm going to roll it, because it's fun to roll.
Yeah,
dice.
give me them dice.
Yeah.
Oh,
it is
19 points of claw damage.
Ow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's its whole turn. At the end of its turn, the hammer it hurled at Valen reappears back at its feet. Boom, boom.
Does it pick it up?
No, it does. It's out of actions.
Weird.
Yeah, it could do that next turn. It's gonna opt not to. But that's its whole turn. It is now Makati and then Valen.
okay. Are you guys like up on this thing,
Yeah.
like base to base?
It's this big.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Do you wanna?
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, put the owl on that. Oh, yucky.
Yeah. Actually, that's appropriate.
Gross. So I'm gonna scoot back about 30 feet. I'm gonna try to take some cover-ish on the edge of the Mythalar.
You did not run forward. You did not run
Shut the
forward.
fuck up.
Oh, Zevlin, I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt. Zevlin, I forgot you did the recap. Take inspiration if you don't already have it.
Oh, thank you.
Go ahead.
So I am gonna do some magic on this because this is a big bad guy.
Yes.
And so I hawk a gross little acid loogie and I spit it into my hand and I sort of rub my hands together and I hurl a big old ball around the back side of it.
All right.
Because it's a 20-foot radius kind of flavored
You
thing.
have,
and I'm
okay.
trying to hit
advantage
my
on attack
friends.
rolls if you want to do an attack roll thing.
I think that's an attack roll.
If
That's
it's
probably a
radius,
saving throw.
It's a saving throw.
Well, you know what?
Wait, it's fine. If it's a good
Just
spell.
let her use the magic she wants to use.
I'm just gonna use this for now because that's.
Yeah.
Please make a dex save
You got it.
because I
Big
feel like
dex
that might
save.
not be its big.
It is not very dexterous. and It
Hey.
rolls a 4 on the die for a total of 4.
It does
Okay.
not have big dex energy.
So, can I borrow a couple d4s?
Literally
Yeah, I
just a
got you.
step ladder up to its
Just
pool.
for-
There is no dex.
5 because I'm gonna do 10. So 5, 9.
My die let you down.
No, well, yeah. 13, 16.
No, but it's a yes.
16, 19, 22, 24, 25, 27 points of acid damage.
27 points of acid damage.
And
Do some
where my
acid,
phone
nerd.
keeps locking. And then I'm going to roll another 5d4 acid damage on the end of its next turn.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll grab that one back for you.
Anything else for Makati?
Thank you.
No. I'm good.
Something's granting advantage on attack rolls to this Monstar?
Opposite.
Opposite. Okay.
That was there was advantage being granted to Makati.
Gotcha.
He's advantage.
All right. Valen, after getting hammered in the fucking face like a chump, says, "Wow, this thing is really strong. I'm going to hit it with a ray of enfeeblement."
Good. Hope it hits.
Yes.
Good. I heard you were asking for Raymond of enfeeblement.
Good old feeble Raymond.
Dude, I love it. I want to play this guy.
Oh, and rolls a 3 on the die for a big
Motherfucker.
whiff.
She is Raymond of enfeeblement.
Yeah, and she retreats 30 feet. It says, "Fuck this."
My new halfling necromancer.
That's awesome. That's it for Valen. It is Una, and then Sai is on deck.
I'll make you feel small.
Yeah, you know what? Let us get out the big guns.
Oh.
By which I mean, I pull out a big gun.
What? Oh, the right.
Good setup.
He's got it in his nose.
See, I was thinking like Acme, she pulls out a goddamn cannon.
You changed color.
That's the funniest fucking thing I've heard in a long time. Take inspiration for making me laugh
Yes.
truly at my nose.
Yeah, so
And then shoot it with a big fucking gun.
I'm gonna shoot it with a big fucking gun. Hopefully.
For a moment.
Oh.
No. I'm gonna use my inspiration on that because I really want to shoot this.
Because you earned it.
That's better.
That's much better.
Nice.
Nice.
I assume it's a plus something to hit.
Plus 5.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Ooh, spicy. So that is 20 points of damage, radiant damage
Jesus.
on this thing.
All right.
Because it can get fucked. And yeah, that's my turn.
All
I'm
right.
not gonna do anything else because fuck that thing.
Yeah.
I can shoot it from 60 feet away.
Oh, miles away. You guys are doing great.
Yeah. I'll be over here.
Una just,
Great, sweetie.
She's by the craft services table.
Una's just like walking around behind the Mythalar, be like, "You guys keep it distracted. I'm just gonna go over here where you guys can't see me."
Awesome. All right, that's it for Una, right?
Yep.
Sai and then Kus.
I would like for it to make a dex saving throw of 16, please.
It fails.
Another 2.
So a large storm cloud appears above it,
Ooh.
and I need 4d.
We are going to need to evacuate the area promptly after the spell goes on.
Oh, I'll be evacuated.
Why did you fart?
Sai's about to.
Oh, okay.
So 13 plus 14.
27.
27 damage.
Jesus.
As a storm cloud appears above it, and then a lightning bolt strikes it in the dome.
This thing's getting fucked up.
I'm just imagining it holding the. I know it hasn't picked up the hammer yet, but it's holding
It's
the hammer
storing.
like just like.
Fucking one iron.
Anything else for Sai on your
Nope.
turn? All right, Kus, is your turn, then Zevlin's on deck.
All right, he's got plus a million to hit me, so I'm just going to go to town on him. Incoming spoon. Oh, yeah, that's a 19 and a 20. I like those
So,
ones.
yeah, they both hit.
I guess I'll make him my favorite foe to add a bunch of extra damage on the
Yeah,
crit.
do
That
that
sounds
thing.
pretty great. What am I doing here? It's 2d6 for that, plus another d8 for the favored foe. My favorite bonus. 7, 9, plus 7 is 16, 15. I can't do math anymore.
7 plus 9 is 16.
16, plus strength mod is 2 more. So 18 from the crit,
Okay.
and the not a crit is another 7 points. That is all magique damage.
All right. It is bloodied by traditional terms.
Sweet.
Is that it for Koos?
That is it for Koos.
Zevelin and then Monster.
Kogolendar, pick it up. She points to the hammer.
Ooh, okay. Neat.
Can you pick it up and swing it?
No, it says you can't. Yeah.
Cool. I guess I'll just make 2 attacks with the Thalud's hammer then.
Yeah.
Rat.
See, I don't know if it has any special properties.
This is why you always pick up your toys.
He's a crude but the loot dude.
Might not hit anyway, though.
It,
Unless that has an enhancement bonus. The highest, I guess, 12.
so I guess the 12 will not hit, but if I'm dissecting the stat block correctly, the giant-sized sledgehammer does 66 points of damage plus strength mod.
Oh, it's also huge, and the shield robot is large. He's probably
Oh, there you go. Yeah, using a size. Yeah.
Yeah. So probably not proficient, and it would be.
So
really-
is the Thalud huge size?
Thalud's
Yeah.
a huge size.
That's why he's on the Altoid tin.
Okay. Then it would just be disadvantage anyway. But like,
taking the hammer away from it is still good.
Yeah.
yeah, I think just holding onto the hammer and
Yeah,
making sure
like
he
keep
doesn't
away.
have it will be fine.
All right.
Zev will opt to just not move and use steady aim to give herself advantage.
Okay.
Here we go. Jesus Christ. Okay, would a 17 hit?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Now you are base to base with the monster. Did you factor that into your calculations?
Yeah.
Because you're making it a range attack, correct?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I can do it on any attack.
Oh.
I was checking the.
It doesn't require you to be ranged, really?
Nice.
It's like
It
your
said on any
archer
atta-
build.
It said on any attack roll, but definitely
That's wild.
double checking.
I guess that kind of makes sense because, like, if you're like swinging a blade, you're like you don't want to be like.
It's true.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Yeah. They put a guy with a crossbow in the picture, but
Yeah.
it doesn't say anything about ranged
Very,
attacks.
very misleading. Who uses a
Well,
crossbow?
you had a similar thing going on with your archer build in Josh's game.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, using all the fighter abilities with
Yeah.
the bow. Yeah.
Yeah.
as one should.
Yeah.
All right, so we got
That was fun.
6, 10, 16 plus 5 is 21.
21 points of damage.
Blackjack.
Anything else for Zevelin?
That's literally all I can do.
All right. Zevelin, you're a nuisance.
I was gonna say no. You can get hit.
Yeah. Maybe a bunch. Let's
You're
see.
a nincompoop.
You can talk shit and get hit.
All right. With 2 empty hands, it is going to make 2 claw attacks at you.
Great. Thanks, music.
A 25.
Okay, I'm gonna take that. That's fine.
And an 18.
Yeah, I wanted this to happen.
You did.
Yeah,
That's an interesting
She likes it.
approach.
She's a freak for pain.
she's a drow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So 4, 8. That's 3 is 11 plus 6 is 17 on the first claw.
Okay, so I will use uncanny. I'll use uncanny dodge
All right.
to make that 8. Then I only take 4 because robot
All right.
robot takes the other half.
16 points on the second claw.
Okay, I will take 8 of that.
And when it hits with both claws,
Oh, boy.
it can pull the creature within 5 feet of its mouth and make a bite attack against it.
Oh fuck.
This
Get
seems-
in
this
my
seems kind of
belly.
a toe tapper.
Tomb Tapper.
Tomb Tapper.
He's
That's
a toe tapper. He comes out and capers.
The bite attack is a 28 to hit. I'm assuming that hits.
Oh, Lord. You got no reactions left, my friend.
Probably not. So 25 hit points left though. So
A whopping 25 hit points.
Well, unless he does 51, I don't think we're in any
Pure lies
danger yet.
again.
But we're in a big
Is
trouble.
21 points of bite damage.
all right, I take 10.
All right. Yeah, with 2 empty claws, it slashes into Zevelin with both hands and pulls it into its big belly mouth, and its belly mouth just bites down like over the top of her head and shoulders, like onto her torso.
Yep, horrified screaming and abject noises intensify.
Thankfully, your shield guardian is soaking some of this damage for you.
Also, as it does that, it takes another 5 points, or it takes another 5.
It is its turn. Yes, do damage.
Yucky. Okay, 12 points of acid damage.
12 points of acid damage.
I can't wait till this thing calls out to the other 3 Tomb Tappers that are in it.
I'm trying to kill it before that happens.
But As it bites down on Zeppelin, the acid continues to eat away at its back. And Zeppelin, as you're consumed, you're actually surprised as you are pushed far enough in that you see light on the other side. As acid melting through its lower back has given you an escape route. You just have to crawl through the carnage as this thing begins to collapse on both its knees and fall forward and die.
Okay.
Yeah!
I do so.
It's like the world's most disgusting Cabbage Patch Kid.
Those are called Garbage Pail Kids, and they're part of my childhood.
Well, now I have now Cole Galendar has an oversized weapon.
And you have a whole new phobia
Oh yeah.
of being eaten by a Tomb Tapper.
A whole new world.
A lot of eating in this campaign.
Yeah.
Hungry.
You escaped out the back just like all the other food that it ate.
This game brought to you by McDonald's.
Slightly bigger hole.
I'm going to. I think Zev, in her panicked state, is just going to go ahead and use those scrolls of cure. No, she's going to use her spell slots for cure wounds because I can.
Oh, you spell slots now.
Yeah.
You are
spell
given
slot.
a moment's respite from the combat as this thing is dead, and you hear no further tapping coming from the area.
Are we still on initiative order?
You can be. You're out of combat, though, so you don't need to be.
So, real quick, I'll gather everybody around and say, if there are any more of these things in this area, they all know exactly where we are because that was loud. We should quickly get the hell out of here and come back to this.
Agreed.
I cast Pass Without Trace.
What kind
I
of...
thought you already had it up.
We just got into a combat. I assume I probably got clonked and forgot about it.
What kind of check would I have to make if I wanted to be like, let's not go that way, I hear like weird shuffling feet?
So we're going to probably end up taking a short breather here for me to get pizza. Yeah. Because it's going to be arriving anytime now. But what we're looking at here is the remainder of the map for the city of Ithrin. You guys have explored, and you probably heard on the podcast. You came in over here by Y1. This is from the Caves of Hunger over the Icy Bridge. You took a quick look at this spire here, which is representative of all these outer spires around the edge of the city. It's like a guard tower. It's got gargoyles hanging off of it.
That are actual guards.
That are real, like
Real life gargoyles.
Yep.
And you expect they might have noticed you, although they did not move to intercept you. You think maybe they might have been like on a proximity trigger. You just didn't get close enough to activate them.
Or they attack, like, magical foes.
Yeah, they could be given any number of orders. They're
And we're
constructs.
not
But they
taking a
didn't
short
bother
rest,
us,
right?
so we're not bothering
We'll
them.
get to that.
Zero fucks.
This is Y3. You walked by this. Essentially, it is some kind of athletic field for sporting events.
Cool.
Yeah.
You passed. I think you bypassed Y4 to go up to Y23.
We scoped Y4. I flew up on the spoon to look through the windows.
That's
there were
right.
6 dudes. It looked
Yeah,
like a guard
6
tower.
dudes around an anvil. And actually, I'm going to retcon a bit of that. You got more information than I shared with you last time. I'm going to give that to you now. And then you proceeded up this thoroughfare here up to Y23, which is where the Mythalar sits behind a force field at the base of the tallest spire in the middle.
And that's where we just had our combat.
And that's where you just had your combat.
Okay.
Koos, you flew up on your spoon and you inspected the inside of this tower. You saw the 6 blue-skinned creatures guarding this anvil in the center. Blue-green.
Teal?
Teal is something.
Teal
you could
skinned?
say.
Oh, we should have gone and kicked their asses. Dolphins fans. Get them.
I was gonna say, like, I'm gonna make some teal skin boots.
Yeah.
I'm going to drink a potion of one of my potions of greater healing.
Go ahead, chug that bitch. See if I care.
I'll just take the hit points away again.
Yeah, seriously. Another Tomb Tapper comes and he pokes you in the butt.
Get got, nerd.
It's like, nice potion, dick.
Feeling better now. After that tapping.
As we often do.
Tapping that ass.
Yeah.
While you were inspecting the inside, spying, if you will, on your broom, you saw what I described to you, and you also saw this inscription on the wall above the anvil.
Live, laugh, love.
It is, in fact,
Live,
laugh,
laugh,
laugh.
lobotomy.
I'm going to go ahead and not share that with Una.
Good.
I'll go over to Velen and make
Everyone
sure she's
else,
okay.
just not Una.
Valin is trying to shake off the probable concussions he suffered by getting smashed with a colossal hammer in the face.
I will give her my last potion of greater healing.
All right, how much healing does that do?
44 plus 4.
That's 48. I can do that math.
I'm also going to drink my potion of climbing. Because we might be doing some climbing.
It also sounds like this is the last ride, so smoke them if you got them.
Absolutely.
7 plus 4 is
potion.
11.
I have 1 pot of cold, which I mean pot I think is
Potion of cold
Potion.
resist. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
cold resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. I wish I still had one of those. I don't.
Do you want it? Because I don't.
If we expect that we're going to have to fight Auril at some point, and I suspect that's probably pretty likely at this point,
Hold on
then
to it.
yeah, because I'm going to have to go toe to toe with
Yeah.
it.
How about you take that?
I paid money for minis.
I know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And if Valen's not fully recovered with that, I can use a scroll of cure wounds.
She is not fully recovered. She is still down
Yeah.
16 hit points.
All right, I'll use a scroll of cure wounds on
She
her.
did get a 8,000-pound hammer thrown through her face.
27 points of damage.
She gets 7 back.
All right.
She's a tough bitch, though.
Finally
She
learned
is.
if I don't rush in, I can actually.
Because this is a massive map that if we were to explore it through traditional means, we'd never get through it in one day. But I don't want to deprive you of all the joys of the neat shit you can find in here. We're going to do the exploration of the city in the form of a skill challenge.
I knew it.
Yeah.
We're going to do a traditional Wake the Centuries like we've been doing.
With cards?
With cards. All the same rules apply, with the exception of I have curated the deck, so I know exactly what cards I'm putting down. The order does not matter. And I will be giving you your scenarios based on the locations of where you are in the city. It's going to happen kind of out of order, kind of montage style. And you may end up being in the same location twice, particularly if the first person who reached that location used a skill and they bombed. Somebody else is going to have to pick up the narrative and save the day with another skill check.
While we're doing the pizza break, you need to play the montage song.
If any-
Standard rules apply. The rolls do the same thing. When you succeed on a card, the card flips over. You can go double or nothing on a card to reduce your risk counter if you're feeling spicy. You may use abilities that are applicable, that cost a resource to spend a card, but that doesn't flip the card over and make it a free square. Cards that are flipped over are free. You can double or nothing on them if you want. When the first person reaches the end of the last row, the skill challenge is considered successfully completed. The risk counter rules.
Oh boy.
If you finish the skill challenge with 3 risk or less, you will gain a long rest and a level up.
Oh.
If you finish the encounter with 4 to 5 risk, you may choose as a party between a short rest and a level up, or a long rest and no level up. If you finish with 6 or more risk, you get a short rest but nothing else.
Oh, man. Suspend those spell slots, because if you
What was
spend
the
them all and we make it through, then that's a long rest. You
Last
get
one
back.
again?
A short rest and nothing else.
Okay.
I mean, I recuse myself from any decision making in this as a warlock because I get everything back on a short rest anyways. So
So spend them. Just spend them. If you fail a roll, just spend them. Or if you get a bad thing, I guess spend them, because you don't know until you roll the dice. But.
I'm gonna fucking just start rip shit on my spell slots or
and
my
also-
sorcery points.
Since the stakes are extremely high on this one, I say look through your character sheets, make sure that anything you have that grants advantage, or any of that goofy shit that's floating around that we forget about, now is a good time
Don't
to
forget
just
your bag
proofread.
of tricks, you know.
Oh yeah, you have a bag of bears.
what?
You have a bag of bears. The bag of tricks that we
You have
got.
a bag
in
full of
sessions ago.
animals.
Oh,
Did you ever tell us what your Rod of the Pack Keeper looked like?
I did not. We did not get to it, but it actually fits in neatly with what we saw under the ice. It is a large-sized femur bone, and if you know, it's perfectly cleaned, very old. But if you look very closely at it, you'll see there are gnaw marks along the bones.
Excellent.
I'm clapping with my feet. I'm so happy.
I thought that was your ass.
I'm glad that's your
It
feet.
can be. If you play your cards right.
Guys, we have to flip all the cards over on the board so that Brian will clap his ass cheek for us.
Or just wait until he eats a few pieces of pizza. We'll do it by accident.
Yeah, really. It's going to sound like a Tommy gun getting shot in my face. All right.
So basically, this is just like pick somewhere on the board and go there and be like, ooh.
Well, no, what it's going to be is
Based on-
the card is going to dictate where you go. So what I did is I took every location and I boiled it down to its applicable skills. So when you land on a card, I'm going to look at my little spreadsheet here and see what skills are most applicable, and I'm going to describe the situation for you. Oh yeah, I worked on this.
Ew.
And I'm going to tell you what you're exploring, so you still get some of the flavor of exploring.
Cool.
But you're going to use the skill to overcome the challenge, and it's only going to take 1 die roll to resolve, so we're not spending all day exploring the city.
We'll see.
Valin will not be rolling on the skill challenge board. However, once per initiative round, she can grant the help action to somebody who needs it.
Okay.
Josh, your mastermind assist works the same way. You can grant it once.
It's just a once around thing.
And is there
You're fine.
Bardic Inspiration die? You
do.
have one of those, right?
A D6.
You can grant that after the roll's been made, correct?
I don't think so. I have to grant it ahead of time.
Yeah,
time.
you give the die to a player, the player chooses to use it.
Okay.
Yeah, like, do you want to just rule so that I can do it that way? Or sorry, when it comes to a player's turn, and be like, hey, is that about that? Can you sing some of that sweet... can you sing WAP for me?
I would say, like, after a character's mini lands on a card, but before they make a roll, you can choose to give them the die. Just interject and be like, I'm giving you Bardic Inspiration. So if somebody rolls on a card
when they land before they roll.
Yeah, somebody lands on a card that's like a critical and they've got no business being there, you can try to help them out.
There's some gnomes in this house. There's some
My God.
Any questions before we begin?
I'm ready.
I'm not going to play the skill challenge music because I'm going to be reading flavor text and we might be lingering on some of these cards so you get the full effect of exploring the city.
Like the ambient music is fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if there are no objections, I think I'm going to start with Una and progress clockwise around the table.
Guna.
Una the Guna.
Where are you?
Hey, low risk wild.
All right.
Nice.
Pick your skill and I'll give you a place.
Intimidation.
Intimidation is ass kicking, I believe, right?
Intimidation is ass kicking, and I think that's it. Some of them double up, but I think this one's just ass kicking.
Una, you find yourself at the base of an obsidian tower shrouded in gossamer mist. It soars before you. Eyes carved into the stonework appear to fixate upon you as you approach the entrance. The spire's highest window emits a purple light. Exploring this this tower, you were going to use what skill you said?
Intimidation.
Intimidation.
There's a cool skull in the artwork on that page.
As you approach the tower, you enter, and the party is doing its thing, and you are faced with an illusion, or what you perceive to be an illusion of your greatest fear. What is your greatest fear?
It is an elderly male elf who's incredibly gaunt with sharp teeth.
He appears before you, and you are forced to summon your courage to try to intimidate and banish this figure away. Please give me a roll.
That is a 25.
Oh, that is a big success. The figure recoils at your show of bravado, and as a result, after exploring the tower, you find this inscription on the wall.
It says, Kuspalad is a dick.
Yep, it does. And he can suck it. Sai, it is your turn.
Oh,
boy.
God.
Big 5. High risk smoothness.
Oh, I'm smooth. Hold on. Oh,
I don't think you're smooth.
I've
You
got,
get insight actually at the wazoo, right?
I've got persuasion.
The wazoo was the problem with the slod.
Look, I'm going to use my insight. I don't know how, but...
It's
Okay.
high risk. Do you want?
Well,
do you
first,
want,
what do I see?
do you want any sort of edge on that?
You want to edge him?
Do you want edging?
No, I got plus...
Yeah, I can set the scene for you if you want.
Yeah.
And all right, so you the party approaches another tower, similar to the one that Una's skill challenge described. The tower is engraved with interlocking circles of stone. Yellow light spills from its topmost window, and the faint sound of brooms brushing against stonework drifts through its broken doors. Upon entering the tower, I have a picture.
Look at this photograph!
I'm gonna drink more.
Oh, shit.
Oh. Oh no.
Don't look at this photograph.
I have the hottest boner right now.
You are greeted by these three women, if you want to call them that.
Hags. Hags.
And this will be good. They greet you, hello, and the third one in the back goes, hello. They introduce themselves as Auntie Pinch, Auntie Pillage, and Auntie Plunder.
Nice.
And they say our shop is open for business. For business. For business.
So yeah, I will use my insight to see if they're willing to trade with an upstanding mushroom vendor.
I got golden
Go ahead.
teachers. I got penis envy.
Or if I'm just gonna be fucking cooked in a cauldron. Oh. 13.
13.
Can we spend an inspiration on that? This is a high risk. Do we have another inspiration floating around
I
somewhere?
can give you inspiration.
I think it's totally worth. That 5 is
Not
bullshit.
bardic inspiration, but regular.
But a regular, yeah, the old timey.
Go ahead.
Because Zev still cares about Sai.
That's
That's better.
technically better.
That's way better.
17?
17 is a success.
Hey!
All right, very good.
Inspiration.
Through some shrewd use of your insight and your
Mushroom.
your mushroom sight, you are able to come to a business agreement with Auntie Pinch, Auntie Pillage, and Auntie Plunder. First and foremost, so that they allow you inside their shop and will not eat you.
I was hoping that.
2 for 1 deal.
You are admitted into the party and or into their
Their party.
into their
They're
pantry.
probably cooler than us.
Yeah, into their party pantry. And they profess to know a lot about what's going on with Auril, with the city of Ithrin, and will trade information. And all they ask in return is a memory.
Oh, well, you're out of luck. You have no currency.
I know. I only have one. and
That
I'm
might be
still-
why they're negotiating with you.
Could that come from any of us?
Yep.
Yeah.
Anybody can ask a question of them, and if they know the answer, they will extract a memory and they'll tell you.
Well, because I have amnesia.
I mean, you have amnesia, like, up to a point, right?
Yeah.
You can forget all that he's learned in the last 30
You can
minutes.
forget that the Grimlocks are attacking us.
Or that would really put a wrench in everything I'm thinking. Fuck it. You
I
can
could
have my
also
memory.
I could also restore a memory, but I need a memory from one of you as payment.
Sai, you have done great service. If you need a loan of sorts, I have plenty of things I am ready to forget.
That'd be mighty kind of you if you could.
Makati, what memory do the 3 hags extract from you?
The feeling of blood gushing over Makati's hand, down his arm, the sound of it hitting the floor, the smell of it, but not knowing the face of the first man that he ever was told to kill, because he did it in darkness.
Hot. Take inspiration.
That gives me goosebumps.
Sai, your memories are restored.
Yay!
True to their word. And in their dealings with you, I'm not going to do the voice because it makes me all verklempt. But they refer to you as the eldest child, the cleft soul, the infernal orphan, the clutchless hatchling, and the pitiless wanderer. And if you press them on this, they will show you on their walls they have what you would consider to be like star charts, almost like a sailor would use to navigate.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like woo-woo astrology bullshit.
They
Kinda?
refer to it as their cold-hearted zodiac.
Fuck yeah.
And if you were to inspect it, since you succeeded on your check, it breaks down to the following cycles, lunar cycles, I guess. The father, the fallen queen, the withered king, the mother, and then the sight bereft sage, which is Valin, according to their illustration. And then the eldest child, the orphan infernal, the cleft soul, the clutchless hatchling, the pitiless wanderer, and finally a poorly made sketch that just says the hungering void.
So I'm the Infernal Orphan.
The infernal orphan. You can ask them about this if you want to roleplay. Any of you can.
I think Zev understands why.
Yeah.
She's smart enough.
I have one question. Did I have real brothers and real sisters?
What do you consider a real brother or a real sister? Some of us choose our family, some of us have family thrust upon us. And she gestures to her coven.
You say I am the clutchless hatchling. What happened to the other eggs?
They never hatched.
Rad.
Shall we take this opportunity to gain information on our enemy? Iriolathus.
Ah, the Withered King. What would you know of him? What would you like to know of him? What would you pay to know of him?
Zev looks around, hoping that somebody else will give up their memories.
Fucking trowel.
Or their memories?
No, she just has painful memories that she doesn't want to let go of. So, perhaps we could ask to learn of his weaknesses that we might exploit in our attempt to free the Mythalar from his grasp.
Can I get a list of their zodiac again? I want to write that down.
Yes. The father. The fallen queen. The withered king. The mother. The sight-bereft sage. The eldest child. The orphan infernal. The cleft soul. The clutchless hatchling. The pitiless wanderer. And the hungering void.
That's so fucking
Fallen Queen's gotta be Auril.
Wizard King.
You can ask them about any of these things. They will not tell you for free.
Janth, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not planning on trading with them.
Really?
Chris not dumb enough to trade with
Do
hags.
you want to gain information on Iriolathus' weaknesses that we might exploit? And him in general?
I bet somebody does. It's not me.
Well, we have to face him, don't we?
Kuspalot has a hard rule about not entreating with hags. Hags exist
I
out
see.
here, and it's no. We're not
I
doing
see.
that. Yeah.
Well, she will look to her companions and finally to say, I will give up some precious memories of mine, if that is what it takes to do this.
Maybe it is time to sacrifice something for yourself, Zevalan.
It wouldn't be the first time, she says with a wry smirk. That's my new fashion, Dave. It's a trend. that
Yeah,
I'm
you wouldn't
starting.
know about it.
I'll try it.
She's from Canada. You wouldn't know her.
Anybody else warm up?
Yeah, I'll give another
Surprise me.
So I think Zev will try to be smart about this.
Okay.
She will give up the memory of the man in the Underdark she left to be here. The one who begged her not to go.
Oh, okay.
Because she was the only thing that made him happy.
Yuck. Sorry, that was so mean.
And gave us ice. And she will just say something in the Drow language, which sounds like a farewell.
With that, the memory of this man is gone from your mind, never to be recovered. But you are granted with the knowledge that Iriolathus, his body was torn away from him because he fed it willingly to his followers. What remains are the chewed bits of flesh that now comprise his form, each with a hungering maw of its own. He is a master wizard. He can feed on the weakness and the flesh of others. And mechanically, he's immune to charmed, frightened, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, and restrained, and psychic damage. Resistant to cold bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks.
Immune to psychic is a really big one. Write that down and circle it. We have a lot of psychic damage in this party.
Yep.
Me
Let's see.
crossing off Mind Spike.
Una crossing off all of her spells.
No.
She had some spices.
She had some force damage, but
Got some spices.
Dissonant Whispers ain't gonna cut the mustard.
And you are encouraged not to be overcome by the worms that comprise his form.
Oh.
Good encouragement.
D&D brain just went... "Meow."
Cool. And I guess Zev will also... I mean, we need to know where the enemy is. So, unless somebody else wants to take a turn, not that this was ever a turn thing, she'll just say, we will need to know how to locate our enemy and how to reach him safely.
That you could get for free. He's in his spire, his tower, tinkering with his device.
What?
You piece of shit.
Zev chuckles at the phrasing and says, very well. And what dangers might we need to look out for on our way to him?
The Thalud, the Nothics, the withered forms of the wizards that used to inhabit the city.
Zombies.
The fallen queen and her army approach. The city
Yes.
is offering no short of dangers for the cold-hearted Zodiac today. And I've heard there are hags about.
Zev can't help but smile at the lady's humor.
Hags of unusual size? I don't think they
I
exist.
believe that will be sufficient. You can see in her face that she'd rather not give up any more memories. But at the same time, she looks to all of you and says, if there's anything else we all wish to know that I have not thought of, now is the time. I have hundreds of years of memories.
Who put the
Lucky you.
Anybody else have any questions before we move on?
What was that?
Does anybody else have any questions before we move on? Seeing none, we're going to move on to Zevelin.
I hope we will meet you again. Farewell.
I hope we don't.
Bye! Later!
I hope this
had-
place floods and they drown.
Una
5.
has one memory
Free
she's willing to
space.
give up.
Yeah.
You are at a risk counter of 0 currently, so you have no...
I thought
You could go double or nothing and go negative.
It's negative. What do you guys think?
You've got expertise in a bunch of skills, right?
I do.
And I also think that this early on, it's worth risking.
Yeah, going
Okay.
negative will pad
Yeah.
us a little bit.
Yeah, a little padding.
There's a lot of
Have some
critical
Taco Bell.
sometimes.
All right, let's double penetration then.
Sadly,
Ready?
Paladin.
Yeah.
It's this!
Medium risk subtlety.
Oh!
Oh, baller!
Are we even
very-
going to bother with rolling? Just like,
Well, yeah, because sometimes Josh rolls a pair of 2s. His dice are
I don't have
traitors.
sleight of hand as a profession, unfortunately.
But you do have stealth at the wazoo, right?
I do have
I told him
stealth.
to steal something from
I'm
the
mostly
hags.
good at.
Oh, yeah.
I would be good at deception
Oh, yeah, that's also good.
and investigation, for that matter. They'd be the same for me.
They're all really good for you.
I think.
Like vitamins.
Yeah. I
I don't like vitamins.
I don't want to. I have nothing to deceive them about right now. I am just going to roll investigation, I suppose, to see if there are any other traps or weaknesses that we need to look out for in the city in general.
Well, so you got subtlety, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to give you your location first, and then you can tell me what you're doing.
Okay. So, yes, right. I forgot.
Yeah,
to
he's
do
going
it
to give
that
you a prompt based on the card, yeah.
Yep.
way. No, that's good because I was kind of reaching there a little
The
bit.
remains of a toppled tower lie scattered around you. Its fractured base, protruding from the ground like a broken tooth, is teeming with crawling gray hands. After investigating this area for a little bit, you see you're familiar enough now with ghosts to know one when you see one, and it is looking silently forlorn down at the rubble as some 200 crawling claws are trying to excavate the rubble like Addams Family Thing style, like one
Moving
little
a pebble at a
hand.
time.
Yeah, basically. Having a lot of trouble. Let's see. Yeah, it appears that his ghost is ordering these claws to dig through the rubble.
always with the hands in this campaign. Throwing it way back.
Getting way handsy.
Okay. I will try to do some investigation to get an idea of the situation, if it's relevant to us, for one thing, and if there's anything we can stand to benefit from this. Mm-hmm. So plus 11. So 29.
That's success, not surprisingly. Your risk counter is now at -2.
Wonderful.
Good. I'd like to see it.
I'll just keep the card, I guess, for now.
I got you on the numbers.
Yeah, you can hold on to it for now. With a bit of investigation, the crawling claws nor the ghost seem to get in your way, especially because it doesn't seem to you don't seem to be to them interfering in their work in any way. You get the sense if you tried, maybe that would be a different story.
Do they acknowledge us at all?
Basically, no. But with a little bit of investigation, you start turning over rocks and, kicking them out of the way. The crawling claws interpret this as you're helping them dig, and they enthusiastically swarm around your knees and help you dig.
Nice.
With enough investigation, you start to find pieces of what you now are familiar with, the stonework with engravings on it. Let me get you the right card.
Here's your card, Mac. Don't
Here's
fucking
your
lose it.
sign.
Here's your sign.
Oh no, it's Jeff Foxworthy. Put the rocks back on.
It's the other guy.
Oh god, it's the blue
Bill
collar
Engvall.
comedy
Oh,
tour.
wait, ball.
You pass this down to Zelvin for me, please.
Step 7. Draw a circle on the ground using the ashes of a corpse.
Oh, I also have a step. Big steppy.
Wonderful.
I have step 6. Disguise, mask your appearance.
All I got was step throat.
All I got was a step rock. What are you doing, step rock?
Oh, that's a good threat. I'm gonna give a case of step throat.
Step rock is stuck in the washing machine.
Who's the hot stepper then?
I think you know. It's
these
Valin.
clues will coalesce together in some way that makes sense. Very good, Una. I think this place is not relevant to us. We shall move on.
Makati.
2.
Oh,
High risk
Oh,
subtlety.
fuck.
Actually,
No, she's
I
good
am
at
a
subtlety.
+4 in charisma, so
Oh, a +4. That's cute.
no, she's also trained in deception.
yeah, and
And stealth.
intimidation.
Would you like any?
That's not that.
Would you like any of my helpful bullshit?
I've got a little. I want to hear what Brian says first.
Yes.
A deep well plunges through the city floor into darkness. 5 crystal benches encircle it, glinting under the purple glow of a nearby street lamp. What skill were you planning on using?
Deception.
Deception.
But I could also be persuaded to do stealth.
Around the lip of the well, you read, "Herein lie the immortal remains of the telepathic pentacle. Sit, meditate, and learn." Thankfully, you are subtle enough that you do not awaken the Hydra living at the bottom of the well. It stays dormant. However, you are invited to sit, meditate, and learn with the telepathic pentacle if you so choose.
Fuck it, why not? We're doing narrative shit.
So, question about using our resources for the party. I've just noticed there's a part of this map that goes high risk, critical, critical, critical at the end.
Medium.
Yeah, I'm less scared of the medium, but these 4 in a row, particularly the back-to-back-to-back critical, scare
We've
the
got a
crap
little
out
bit
of
of
me.
negative. We haven't used a ton of resources or spell slots
Yeah,
yet.
so I'm thinking we save the once per things for when we have to clear this gap, because this gap
Yeah.
looks horrible.
I'm like, this is high risk early on. We can...
We're at -2, so if you fuck it up, we're only at 1. It's not so bad.
And we
So-
can also do some fun narrative shit, which Brian set up
This
for
is
us.
this is actually fun. I have a whole Ithrin lore table that because you get to sit and meditate on, you get to roll a d20, and I'll give you some lore about the city.
Whoa! Give her all the lore.
Just hand her the book.
Ooh. Okay, this changes things for me and for everybody.
Ooh.
An ancient obelisk stands in the shadow of the spire of Eriolathus. Using this obelisk and a staff of power, one can turn back time.
Like a Machias?
I could turn
Back time.
It's staff of power, you said, though.
You need a staff of power.
Anybody got one of them?
Let me check the bottle.
Zip.
You can check out most of them, baby.
Funny you should ask. But yeah, you learn about this.
I'll resummon Nyantai in the morning. He's got.
We've got Kuzbalad's spoon.
It's not a staff of power.
It's pretty damn powerful.
But
not
it's just a spoon.
Staff of power. is a
But
real
yes,
thing.
you learn this lore, and if you forget about it, I'll remind you. You can just ask again. Anything else? I think you're good. Koos, it is your
Turn
turn.
it over?
Yeah, you may turn that over. You succeeded. Oh, you rolled, right?
Yeah.
What did you roll? Yeah, you rolled. You're good. Okay.
Medium risk smoothness.
Oh, womp womp.
Jesus, do I have any of these even remotely good?
I mean, it's medium
in fact,
risk. We're at -2.
It's all bad. It's all really bad. Oh, shit.
Don't be a bitch.
Good advice for anybody, really.
I guess my...
Except me. I can be as much of a bitch as I want to be.
I mean, it's going to be insight.
It's stuck in my head
All right.
all day, Brian.
This enormous boot-shaped structure is capped with 3 pipes that resemble the arteries of a titanic heart.
Nice.
Tall doors open into the structure's dark interior. Inside, you find a music hall. And sifting through the remains of the documents and things you find inside, you find a stage performance scripted out called The Dark Between the Stars. These teal-skinned creatures you saw guarding the anvil, they stand motionless on the stage. They appear to be some kind of construct and don't react to you until you start flipping through the scripts. And every time you pick up a script, they find their blocking and they stand on their post on the stage. They're almost begging you to try and recreate this performance. So I know you're not going to roll performance, but roll your applicable skill and see how you do.
Oh no, they're mine.
Sorry, the theater kid in me is.
Put the theater kid back in.
Cruz's main weakness, the theater.
I hate it.
Culture. Oh no.
I'm just going to spend a resource. I'm going to spend a 3rd level spell slot to summon a Fae to do it for me.
Okay.
So I get a little Fae of performance, and I say, go up there and do the thing.
Okay. What is the Fae's ability?
Well, first I pick the type of Fae, so I'm going to pick a mirthful Fae.
That seems like a good idea.
I'm going to say, you little fuckers play all the time, go do your thing.
I love that this is a city of, like, clearly evil, like, people and design, but they're like, yeah, we've got a theater and a sports arena and...
culture.
I mean, Dallas has a theater and a sports arena.
We have a thriving cultural downtown.
True. True.
So yeah, I'm assuming that the usual rule of, like, spend a resource to not flip the card and not have to fail is applicable.
Correct.
But just for the fun of it, yeah, it's I'm going to get a mirthful Fae. I could choose Fuming or Trixie. I don't think either of those seem appropriate.
Okay.
We're going to get a mirthful Fae, and the mirthful Fae shows up, and his ability is to effectively charm people.
Aw.
With the Fae's help and your construct performers, they actually put on a pretty convincing rendition of The Void Between the Stars, which is met by a rousing round of applause by all the ghosts in the seats that you did not realize were there. The performance was done. And that is it for Koos.
Just for fun. His performance was a 22.
You could have saved that resource, but I think it was a good use
Well,
of
no,
it.
that was the Fae's performance. My performance would have been a 14.
Maybe.
Same roll of a 14.
Same
Minus
roll.
1.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the first round of cards, you've spent a little bit of time exploring the city now. You're starting to get some clues. Something happens. While you were in the Caves of Hunger, you felt intermittent earthquakes going off every so often. You feel another one of those, stronger now because you're close to the source, as you find out, as the Mythalar, which is in the force field at the base of the tower, begins to rise up into the spire on a like a spiral elevator that sort of twists it up into position.
The top of a big corkscrew, basically?
Yep. And as it rises up into the spire and out of your immediate sight, there is a blast of heat, like unmistakable heat. And you notice, like, the rime on the structures and even on the cavern around you begins to drip as the melt begins almost immediately.
He's trying to melt the
This
glacier.
explains the heat we were feeling in the
Yeah, he's trying to free Tentacle Daddy right now.
We're on to the second round of the skill challenge. Una, it is your turn.
Well, question.
Yes.
So it's melting everything, and it's not refreezing. It's like slowly making progress.
You get a blast of heat that lasts like a good 10 to 15 seconds, and you can feel and hear the magical, like, oomph of everything going on. And then after 10 or 15 seconds, like, the heat sort of dies down, the sound dies down, and there is some refreeze, but you notice, like, stuff that was, like, caked in ice is now just sort of covered in a slowly freezing rime, not a full cake of ice.
And Dave, as a refresher, what Kaylee was talking about a minute ago was that when we did our last adventure, we were in the Caves of Hunger, and it was mentioned that the caves looked like they had some, like, melt and refreeze. You had, like, the translucent crust, which we thought initially was the Remorhaz, but it's almost certainly this.
Yeah. He's slowly sort of...
He's working on thawing the ice so
From
Tentacle
the-
Daddy can go end the world so
A little bit at a
that he
time.
doesn't have to endure here forever and all time.
Yeah. And he's working on it from the inside out.